Alma Thomas was an American painter best known for her color-filled paintings featuring distinct brushstrokes in straight lines or circles. Thomas began her career as an art teacher, gaining acclaim as a professional artist only after she retired from teaching in 1960. In 1972, she became the first African American woman to have a solo exhibition at the Whitney Museum of American Art. Let's use her artwork as inspiration as we create our own pumpkin patch with this style of painting. Let's go ahead and get started. Beginning with the end in mind, let's go ahead and use Alma Thomas's artwork as our inspiration as we create our own pumpkin patch painting. I started out with creating a circle. Oh, don't forget to put your name on the back. A circle in the corner for the moonlight. Now grabbing some of my cold colored paints with some white to create some tints, I'm going to use that dashed or spotted line design like our artist Alma Thomas as I begin to go around my circles. You'll notice that these circles are using a radiating line design. Please continue to do that as you go around your moonlight too. Like I said, it does make it look like it's radiating and coming from the center and expanding outward. You could see a lot of circular patterns in Alma Thomas's artwork, so I thought this is a great way to add this to our project as well. I think that it's really cool using different colors or different shades and tints, all of our cool colors. So there's some regular blues, but I lightened it up with some tints. There's some regular purples, but I lightened it up with some tints. And how I made that was just the color plus white. Continue doing this all throughout your whole paper, filling it in with dashes, dots, and lines to create that radial dashed-like effect. Again, I want to do all the paper, just leaving that small circle for tomorrow's class period. All right, let's set that on the drying rack. Using that same method, please do the same for your small orange paper. On my orange paper, I will be using some of those same warm colors, oranges, yellows, and reds, and using that dashed or dotted appearance, just like I did for my background, and now I'm preparing my pumpkin paper. So feel free to use those colors. Feel free to add some white to it to give it a little bit more of a tint to your project, and just have some fun creating some dashed and dotted lines onto the paper. You want to fill up, again, the whole paper onto your project. Again, set this paper off to the side and let that dry. Putting it all together, I'm going to go ahead and take that same circle that I used when I created my background, cutting out a white sheet of paper the same size as my moon shape, and then I'm going to take that and glue that in place onto my painting. So I'll grab a glue stick, stick that in place, and now let's start going back to a piece of green paper. I'm going to use this as my horizon line, creating a ground for my pumpkins to sit on. So I didn't want it to be straight across, so I gave it a line that could be used as the ground. On my second piece of green paper, I'm going to be creating some stems for my pumpkins, as well as some leaf shapes for my pumpkins. Let's go ahead and take our ground, glue that to the page, and now I'm going to go ahead and make my pumpkins as well. So when I begin making a pumpkin, I'm going to start out with an oval and some curved lines off to the side. I had enough room to get on 4 or 5 pumpkins onto my paper. You might not have enough room like that. Sometimes it's nice to draw really big pumpkins so it looks like they're really close by, and you can see all of that texture work that you put on with your paint. So have a variety of sizes, some that are nice and big, and it's okay to have some that are small. Mix it up a little. Once I've cut those out, I'm going to go back to my leaves and my stems and cut those out as well. And lastly, let's take a moment and glue those down to the bottom of my page. The pumpkins that are largest are going to be glued to the bottom of the page, where the small pumpkins are going to be glued more towards the top of the page. There. I love the way that this looks. I hope you had fun creating your own pumpkin patch too. Happy art making!